the record button and say, yo, what up? How's it going, man?
Going good.
Good to hear. Good to hear. So we've got Shigaraki 1, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hit me with that, hit me with a pitch. What's going on with Shigi 1?
So my big thing is I think Shigaraki 1 is arguably the best evil character right now, especially now that evil has legs finally. So I wanted to try my hand at building an evil deck, and a friend actually was interested in playing it, so I figured, yeah, why not get it doctored, see if we can make it just that little bit better.
Sure. I dig that. So what's the pitch?
So the main pitch is just aggression, just relentless aggression. So I have some momentum generation. I have ignited arrow is a key example of what I'm trying to go for, where it's block this or get punished or take damage and get punished. You know?
Yeah.
It's just a general idea of you have no good decision, basically.
Sure.
So.
Okay. All right. And then what do you need my help on?
I feel that the attack lineup is mostly okay. I could see a few things that might stand out as off. The foundation count probably not count, but the foundation probably needs some assistance as well. Also, low blocks are hard to find under evil still, so I'm just trying to get that little bit of push.
Okay. I feel that. Just adding in all the cool cards that I think are, cool.
Absolutely.
This one sounds very good. This one's very good. Interesting.
Oh my goodness!
I completely missed the Turn of Dust in your deck. I thought those were going to be the ones I was going to add.
Nope, that's a 4 of, no matter what.
Yeah.
Gotta do good.
Alright. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what I've added. So first and foremost, Hellflame Stomp. It's a 4-diff 6 low for 9 in your character, sometimes 6 low for 7. It's cracked. It's very, very good. I don't know if it's better than like the Sticky Ball Pitch or whatever. It's also got a beautiful low block for you if you need it, which like your low blocks are fine, right? 17 is a fine number of low blocks. You don't gotta have 100, right? If you have to play out strings, press conference is nuts.
Yeah, I was thinking about that one.
Influencing the youth stops anything that matters to you, right? My opponent has a couple challenging the fakes, and I'll just... The fact that it's not first form, it's just form, right? So, like, after I hit them with a couple stuns, right? I'll hit them with a stun 2, and they've got a couple copies of a card that matters, right? Like surviving the final, and they haven't used the ability on it yet. You just, like, form commit to surviving the finals, and you're just like... Well, what now, right? Like, this card sometimes is stun 2, stun 3, or like imagine on like the turn that you're going in, your opponent has got like triple release, triple specialist of sound, triple of this like crazy good defense. You're just like, that's not a card, right?
Yeah, I had influencing the youth in the like first build. This is like the second or third draft.
Sure.
This was one of the first ones cut, mostly because at the time I needed low blocks, and a +3 mid is a pretty easy cut with the forecheck.
Sure.
But I can also definitely see that being like a sideboard option, because there's not always a matchup where a foundation will just kill me, but sometimes there is.
I love this card in the main board at a 1 of, but like as in the sideboard is not a terrible place for it. So that's totally chill.
Yeah.
Piercing Needle's just a 6-speed move. It's a 6-speed for 8 on a 4-diff.
Yeah.
And then it's got like the bonus things inside of what it does. The only issue is it's not a Fury itself. So if you have any Fury stuff happening, like this card's not that great.
Yeah, I was kind of debating that one too.
Shadow's Aid. I love Shigaraki as a Shadow's Aid character. I think that Shigaraki being able to replay something like Sudden Death Assault or Villainous Waylay, right? Like you just like pick it up on your opponent's turn and like let them re-ready the foundation like as their first move, right? As it says your attack. Just kidding. Being able to pick up one of these high impact things that hit them once and you just lay it down again is incredible. It's very, very good. Is it worth a 3/4/3 mid block? It's something you'll have to test. Blood Curdle out of 1 of the main board's not terrible. Dissolving is a good card. Creepy is a good card. Desperate Times is a good card. Brute Strength keeps you out of deadlock. And I like Brute Strength more than I like full on attack mode, but I get it. Tongue Whip, if you're looking for more lows, doesn't have the Fury keyword, and then first villain counter is just like a good ass card in deadlock.
Okay.
So from there, what on my list that I've added are you interested in? And we can talk about it.
I want to hear the argument for brute strength over full on attack mode.
I think pay 1 health for +1 damage is very good whenever you have burn 5 for free, right? And then destroy a foundation in addition to it, right? You can put +2 damage on everything. And then I am just not a fan of full on attack mode. I just haven't been, right? I guess I dig it on all for the destroy effect, but like on life it's not that great, and on evil I'd probably just rather have brute strength unless I'm playing like a 1s and 2s deck, which we are playing at 2, so like we get to talk about that. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Okay. Huh. I'm also kind of thinking Piercing Needle because I'm burning a high difficulty curve, it looks like.
Yeah. I mean, it's 4, 5, 5, 4, 5, 4. So your curve's not that terrible, right?
It's actually even. It's
5,
actually
5,
exactly
5. And then Sticky Ball Pitch. I mean, we're gonna have to talk about. Like, this card's cool, but I don't know why it's here.
I like it for the just goes to momentum during the end phase. So like even if because like this deck does want at least 1 momentum depending on circumstance.
Sure.
Just being able to play it as a poke and say, block it, waste your high block, or don't. Eat 11. I don't care.
Yeah.
Either way, it's going to momentum. That's the idea. So it's just a free momentum that also just says, deal with this or else.
Sure. I do like the fact that you're all mids and highs. That is very cool.
Yeah. They're all fury,
blocks?
so it helps with the.
Yeah. High, low, mid, high, mid, low. I guess the fact that it's got a mid block is also like pretty relevant. I don't necessarily care about the response. I think the response is like is very tacked on. It's not consistent enough to count it as part of the card. Like, oh shit, this is where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm mostly going for the enhance on this one. I think the enhance is worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, how do you feel about Villainous?
I've never played it. I want to give it a shot. I think it's a really neat card.
Yeah.
I think it has a very I think it also once again kind of assists the game plan, but it does it in a different way than just block it or suffer. It's a I play highs and mids. Hold 1. If you don't, then I'm going to rip 1, and either way, if you don't, then I know what I'm throwing for the rest of the turn.
Sure. Yeah, I think this card is really, really rad. I think this card is very, very good. Yeah, it's really good. That's kind of all I have to say about it. Do you think it's worth a 2-check in your deck?
I think so. I don't think. I think the biggest concern is that I'm running a few 3 difficulty attacks, 3 difficulty foundations.
Sure.
But I think it's worth it. Just don't play 3's turn 1. Just don't do it, bro.
Fair. Fair. Let's talk about your actions a bit. Evil Gaze. Talk to me about this card.
It's Evil Gaze. I don't know what I need to say.
I think this card has lost significant stock in set 3 because of Chivalrous Competitor. I
Okay.
think lose 2 health to flip one of their foundations on an action is abysmal. It's very, very bad.
That's right, because it just says if it plays an ability that could. Yep.
Flip this card instead. It is nuts. It's nuts. It's very, very good. And those 3 symbols are going to be the best 3 symbols in the game, in my opinion, because of just how potent that card is. To the point where I would put this card at 2 of in the main board and 2 of in the sideboard and side them in when my opponent isn't playing that card.
That's right. I could definitely see that.
But that is if this deck is supposed to be like a highly competitive. I'm going to play this at Nationals deck, right? Which is like the mindset that I'm in of tonight because we've got Nationals literally next weekend. So that's where I'm at, right?
I'm neither myself nor my friend are going to Nationals, so
Okay.
the big so where we are currently at is just play for provisionals because we should be getting monthly provisionals coming soon. So
Sure. Yeah, if that's the case, and we're playing at competitive events like provisionals, then I would probably cut Evil Case down to a 2 of and sideboard the other 2.
yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah. Living up to his example, sell me on it.
+1 low breaker 1.
Sure. Yeah, it also does say that this thing is a 6 high, and that this is a 6 high, and that this is an 8 damage move. And if we do find the spot for this, it's got EX3.
Yeah, so like, it has utility as well as being a +1 low breaker.
Yeah. Man, it being a first enhance is silly.
Yeah, it also cantrips too, just in case I need it to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the irony is palpable, so I'll appreciate that.
Yeah, I like this card a lot. I think I want to keep it in. Because at the very least, like as your first enhance on your opponent's turn, you just play it, right? You just like, it's fine.
Right, like I said, in that point is a cantrip, or I could just hold on to it +1 low breaker 1. I mean, on my opponent's turn, that's also not bad.
Let me look. So I've cut the deck. What's this number look like?
Not too picky on that. I think I'm gonna say below 66, 67. Anywhere under that is good.
60 under 66, under 67. Okay. With 20 attacks, I'm gonna try and get it down as low as I can get it. 64 is too high. We gotta make cuts.
We can also add more attacks too if we want to go that way.
Yeah, I love that.
Because I can see just throwing in the piercing needles and the Hellflame Stomps in that aspect and cut like. Oh no, cut. We'll see it.
You're giving this to a new player, right?
He's not new. But he's not as great at deck building as I am.
Sure.
So I'm always helping him, and I built this one as a challenge to myself.
Yeah.
And he really did it, so I figured I'd give him a hand.
Yeah, my big question is do you like Villainous Waylay better than Hellflame Stomp? They do
I would say yes.
Similar things. If you like Waylay more than Stomp, then like they're just taking the same spot, and then you could just add the 2 needles and be fine. Or if you wanted to, if you want more low blocks on your attacks, right? Because we got 8 highs and then 6 lows. We could just add double Hellflame Stomp, and then now you've got 8 lows, 22 attacks.
That works for me.
And then if we cut this, this is actually book. Having your 1/3 attacks, and then 2/3 non-attacks. So this is book. The lower we can get this down, the just more aggressive, the more hot you're gonna draw.
Yeah. I think one option is the 2 Hellflame Stop in main, then 2 piercing needle inside. I imagine.
It's interesting.
They don't quite do the same thing, but at the same time, it's just an adjustable +1 block.
Yeah, that's fair.
And they both are just good in general with the deck, so I think that just kind of works in its own favor. I don't know.
I think that's a fine play. That's fine. Let's talk about this foundation lineup. Fastest Flame.
Yeah. Most of the attacks except for 2 are fire, so why not?
Sure. This one and this one?
Yeah.
And this one?
Oh, that one. Yeah. So I guess it's 3 are now.
It's
But
nuts
it just
with Turn to Dust and Touch of Decay. It's nuts for
yeah,
that card,
absolutely.
with those cards, right? The other big
Also
thing is
decent
this
with
card says first and this card says first, so you can't double down on them.
yeah.
As long as we're okay with that.
I'd say I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I think it's a good 2 of.
I can agree with that.
I don't think it's a thing that we need a ton of. Quick to act to 4 of. Perfect. Unnerving Energy. I love this card. I want to put this card up to a 3 of. I think this card is actually Shigaraki 1's best asset, and it's the reason that I want to play him. That enhanced commit is messed up. Is messed up in Shiggy 1.
It's why all the attacks are Furies. Like, there's no reason to not.
Yeah.
Even Piercing is a mid. I forgot about that. Never mind.
Piercing is a mid. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
What a card.
Conflict. I think Conflict is actually not amazing in Shigaraki, to the point where I think that you could cut it if you wanted to and try and double down on other things, right? Like having like a third challenging the fakes wouldn't be terrible. Having more apathetics wouldn't be terrible. Having more nervous habits, because like, what's the one thing you do versus Shigaraki? Block, right?
Right.
What's the one thing you do versus Shigaraki? You don't let his moves do damage. This card will always be face up and ready on your board if everything is going correctly on your opponent's side, right? This is a win more card, right, and not a help you win card. And Shigaraki can't afford win more. He just can't.
Right. I was kind of debating that. It was very much in the line of, do I want to keep going with my idea of punishing blocks versus non-blocks? And it's just kind of, I do agree with very win more.
Yeah, they're just gonna block everything if they can, right? Like if they're not blocking, you're winning the game because you just got extra free damage in, extra 5 damage in. I just don't think you need this tacked on. I think this belongs in like every deck that's not Shigaraki 1. Actually,
I can do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it. Full attack mode, I totally get. We're playing a 2-check. Because we're playing a 2-check, it is better than whatever Bird Strength's got going on. Sudden appearance, I want to bring up to a 3 of.
Okay.
It is committable copies of Fastest Flame that work on every move that you do, as well as accidentally giving things a flash is very good, right? If they're at 4 health, just flash your Hellflame Stomp and then send it at them, and then they don't get, if they've got whatever, right?
Yeah.
If they've got onboard tricks, or they got like a draw 2, right? Like imagine they go to no cards in hand and they've got passing the torch on the table. You play an attack, flip in the enhanced step, catch. Hey, this one's for 10. Sorry, man. This one's for 11. Sorry, man. You're just.
I was actually just tossing a Villainous Waylay first, see if they have a high block. If they don't, throw Sticky Ball Pitch and making a flash and killing them.
Yeah.
No, that's funny.
Yeah, this card's incredible. Same thing with Challenging the Fakes. I think Challenging the Fakes is very good. It says that they're not allowed to poke. I'm down to keep this at a 2 of if you're down, but I think the card's very, very good.
I can see 3. Like I said, it's mostly just down to count at this point.
Sure.
So, but I'm down to put it at 3 for now.
Yeah, I actually want to take it back. Let's put this at a 2 and let's put Apathetic at a 3.
That's fine.
This card's so incredibly important. It's so good they printed on a 3-diff action that's gonna get banned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Hunt for Spiders was always good. I don't know why they thought they would put it here.
Yeah, it's very good. The symbols that it has just didn't need this help.
Nope.
I like everything else that's going on in your deck, except for Rooftop Vantage, which I get why it's there because we're playing the 2-diff or the 2-check. I don't think you actually need this card.
I'm never been a fan of this card. I put it in because +2 low block in a symbol that's hurting for lows.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna play 4 of this because it's the best deadlock card in the game. Boop. We've done it. This card in deadlock says that your opponent cannot go to 11 foundations. They will lose the game. This combined with Villainous Waylay says that you win. You just deadlock form 2 of these. They take their 3-card hand and you put it down on the table, and then you Villainous Waylay, rip the last one, and then send your whole hand at them. You win. You just win the game. This card is messed up in deadlock. It is the only deadlock card that pushes your opponent deeper into deadlock. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. What an insane thing to do to somebody, to push them deeper into deadlock. We did cut the deck by 2. You're going to be drawing way more attacks now, so that like your poke game is going to be more relevant. And we even increased our low block count. And then like this, those are fine numbers. Those are totally fine numbers.
Speaking of draw, is there aside from Excited for Blood and Ignited Arrow, and I suppose living up to his example, like, is there anything else that can kind of get us an attack or like a draw power? I'm trying to think if there's anything else under evil. That one, yeah. Just from so many 3 diffs.
Yeah, I think because we're running Villainous, I couldn't convince you to get rid of Villainous for other things, and so I think you don't get to play Shadow's Aid. I think we have to play Excited because that card's very good. But if we decide to take out Villainous because it's not doing enough, then this card is very cool. Being able to grab Sudden Death Assault on your turn is just like super powerful. It's super powerful. Commit a Foundation to just like kind of pseudo guarantee 8 damage from them is just good. It's just good. How do you feel about the Battle Arena asset?
I personally really dig it. My friend does not care for it, so we took it out.
Okay. I think that card is incredible in this deck, just because of the fact that your stuff has so much momentum usage, and your deck wants to block as much as it can. And it says on the turns that you don't nothing to see here, you have -6 speed from your asset, right? Because you hit them and then you steal the free one, and then you have the -3, and then it says that this actually gets to happen. The bottom enhance, it actually gets to hit them, right? This card gets to threaten 15 damage on them because of the 1 Battle Arena and you touching them previously. I think that is an impeccable combo. I think an impeccable tactic. I'll use my words. Impeccable tactic. But
I 100% agree. I personally love the card. I think I think the risk is negligible with your opponent getting the momentum because of the exact way you listed. So
yeah. Besides that, man, I think that this is at least the list that I would go and test, right? I would go see what of this I like and I don't like. I'm still trepidatious about Sticky Ball Pitch. Especially without a card like, man, I just think Battle Arena is so good. I love these assets that they came out with. I'm very excited to play these assets. I think these assets are going to take these like 6 hand size characters, and like as long as you are smart about how you build them, I think it's going to push them above and beyond.
I think the worst one is literally the keyword gated one, and that one's still really good.
I don't remember what the keyword gated one is. The one that adds
UA high.
Yeah.
But like even that one
is your hand though, huh?
What was that?
Kind of fucked up to add a ruin to your hand though, huh?
Right. Well, like that's the thing though, is that it's like it's an ability on an attack. Just it's on an asset now. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, man. Any final thoughts?
No, I think this is a good build. I think I definitely agree that it's now down to the point of test it, see what works, and take out what could possibly change.
Oh yeah.
So
I love that. All right, buddy. Stay on line long enough for me to shoot you the list over, and you have a great night, okay?
Sounds good. You too.
All right. Peace.
Bye.